Brian, Aaron, Heather, Megan are not here. Who else?
That's it.
That's it. We have 10 on the board right now.
We have 10 on the board. Okay.
It was 11 with Phil.
Okay.
All right, and we are streaming.
Good.
Okay, so welcome everybody to our February Beavers board meeting. Gonna try and
That's February.
get rid of business fairly quickly tonight because we still have a lot of con prep to do. So Tamara, and if Heather comes, Heather will not need to be here for that part, but well, I don't know, Heather might could help. At any rate, we have for the record, Solon Glansberg, Danielle Hayes, Bill Ill, Mandy Srance, Alan Little, and Tamara Hunt. Just barely makes a quorum for tonight. Although that's going to change because first order of business I would like to address is the membership of the board. We did establish rules last year that laid out that in order to maintain officer status, everyone needed to complete background check and youth protection training annually. One of our board members has not done that yet. She was formally notified the second week of January this year that she was going to be removed from the board. She has not responded to us directly. So I move that Erin Lynn Scott be removed from the board of directors of Weavers of the Web.
I will second that.
Megan is just coming in. To reiterate for Megan's benefit, I move that we remove Erin Lynn Scott from the board of directors of Weavers of the Web due to not having completed the background check and training requirements. The motion was seconded by Bill. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Board membership currently sits at 9, which means that 5 is now a quorum. All right. Moving right along, I think we have treasury report first. Or
Ratification of January minutes.
Ratification of minutes, yes, thank you. Everybody had a chance to look at the minutes from the January meeting.
I did.
Anybody have any objections?
I didn't have any objections.
No objections.
Move to ratify January meeting minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries.
Okay, so now then we have the financial report for this year.
Financial report for Weavers of the Web for the month of January. Ending statement balance was $4,732.09.
I would be right back. Just gonna grab a piece of paper.
We had income of $1,830.12. We had expenses of $1,363.50. Tithe out for the month for the Mother Church and the Charity of Choice is $91.51 each. Outstanding balance right now to Mother Church is $62.51 because we paid for Linode, which is the server for
62 is it again?
$62.51
You want, right?
because we pay for Linode every month for the church, the Mother Church, and it's paid for the month, paid for last month, so we have a outstanding balance with them. I will get those paid this evening. Mother Church will be paid out. We need to figure out who the Choice Charity is though, because we did change, that does change in January. So I have to wait and see what the results of that vote are to know where we're sending that money.
Sorry. I couldn't find it.
Does that need to be one of our agenda items? Because I think I remember.
Yeah, that probably should be one of our agenda items after this. What charity we're going with,
Yes, we need to vote on that tonight.
but, and right, like I said, right now, we're sitting really good with, money. We've got about current balance as of today is $4,977.27 for our account.
And most of our expenses for con have been paid, right? Because we already paid for the suite.
Suites paid for.
Suite paid for, sponsorships paid for, tickets, everything's already paid for. So the only expenses we should have going into con at this point is suite supplies
Right,
and any remaining ritual supplies that we want to get.
right, and that's where we're set, so we're sitting pretty good right now with money. Just to let you all know. Couple items that we do need to also put on here too. We need to make it an official vote in the meeting minutes to establish our savings account.
So
Yes, I have that list of things we need for that.
because we had an impromptu vote. on that
Right,
one
but
thing.
I have a list of things that we need in order to be able to open the account, which is why we waited until this week, because
Okay.
it couldn't be done yet.
Okay.
But I do appreciate the extra set of minutes. Let me get the message up here. Where's the new message? I want to see the old. There we go. Okay. All right, so we need the meeting visits designating the opening of the new account, but we also need to note who is approved to be the signers on the account and the change, if any, of officers. So I guess we would need to go through those. We already voted, but we can do it again just for formality's sake. I move to open a savings account at the bank to put $80 in it from our raffle last weekend or from EMOC, and to here forward put all raffle proceeds directly into that savings account.
I second that.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, done again. Now, I move that the savings account be have Bill Eel and Solanox Glansberg on the account as signers. I'll second that. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And we are not, well, I mean, we lost a board member, but we didn't change officers. So just, I guess, put a note in the minutes, no change of officers at this time. And then I can print that out and take it to the bank.
So just to clarify, all right, just make sure I got these right because I was typing and not fast enough. Solanox moves to open savings account to put raffle sales of $80 from last Sabbath into a savings account, and all future raffle sales go into the savings, right? Bill seconds, all vote aye. And then the second move was that Bill and Solanox are the signers. The signers or signatories, would that be the
I guess.
Signer, signature.
Signature.
on
I think the
the
bank said signers.
signers? Okay, then we'll go with signers. Signers on the savings account, right? And then seconds, all voted aye. And then at this time, no changes to the board officers. Okay. And that's really all we needed for that? Okay. Excellent.
So then I'll be able to print that out. Possibly tomorrow, or Bill could print it out and
Good on yours.
review the thing.
Yeah,
Perfect.
You wanna do that?
I can do that if you'd like me to.
Okay,
I will put that on my to-do list tomorrow.
all right, so that takes care of that. And what else? Need for money.
Patreon had an income. Patreon income this month for last month was $957.94. I think it's the same for this month.
What is
Okay.
that?
$957.94.
I believe we are down one member, which we were up last month. So we're kind of back to where we were.
Thank you, Megan.
We're at a point where we're gonna see people come and go. The bigger we get, the more we're gonna have fluctuation at the margins, and that's normal. So,
Mhm.
Fluctuation at the margins is fine as long as they're not
Yeah, as long as we don't start seeing big changes,
Right.
but yeah. Um,
It was Heather. I'm gonna be late. Okay.
Let me actually fix that because I had Megan on yesterday. So.
All right.
There. Okay, so is that everything we had for money?
That's everything we had for money for that,
okay,
Okay,
did you get a
so-
chance to look at the GuideStar?
I did get a chance to look at GuideStar.
Okay,
GuideStar to move to a platinum level. We need to get the financial report in there on the gold. We need to get the board updated because it has Aaron on there, doesn't have Mandy, doesn't have Megan, doesn't have myself or Alfred on there.
okay, yeah, well, because I haven't updated it.
Well,
since,
and
like,
that,
22.
and I can go in and I can do this so that you don't
Yep,
have to.
Yep, because I gave you access.
And then we also need to have our strategy plan and our metrics showed out. That's what we need to do to get that.
Okay.
To
that's
get that-
post-con.
That's post-con, but to get
Let's-
that platinum schedule, to get that platinum rating with them, that's what we're gonna need to
Yep.
do.
So let's make that a priority agenda item for next month now, to put together, what did you call it, strategy plan? Strategic plan?
A strategy plan, what we're doing to make our
Okay.
community
Let's-
better.
Let's do that, next month's board meeting. That'll set our great work for this year as a church.
Mhm.
And
then
that's probably
metrics.
how we should approach that going forward, except next year, let's do it earlier.
Yeah, so let's do it like in
But yeah,
December.
we should have
January.
that, we should have that.
All right,
Um,
and I will get the financial report's gonna be, I can go plug and play with the financial report. Cause you've already got stuff in there. I can change it to make it for this year,
okay,
is
Cool.
what it says to do. I followed the directions and what it said.
perfect. Yeah, they do lay it out fairly clearly. It's just a matter of going through and.
Right, and I'll get the board updated with everybody so we can get that done too, so.
Do you need to plug in your laptop to see if that's plugged in?
No, I got full battery. I charged it all day today, but just in case I brought the cord, didn't know how long.
So is that everything on the GuideStar bit? We didn't really have any.
I think so, yeah, I just was checking on.
Yeah, that's all the GuideStar stuff.
One of the things we also kind of sort of added impromptu was the choice charity. Do we want to go ahead and vote on that?
Oh, does anybody have any money, other money questions
Oh,
first? Close out the treasury report.
I have a GuideStar question.
Okay,
Go ahead.
You said metrics. What are our metrics? Did it specify what metrics need to be considered?
Metrics on what we're doing to reach our goals. It's
So,
goal
like
planning.
one of our goals could be outreach. Last year we went from an average of 20 people at rituals to an average of 30 to 50 people at rituals. We could say this year we want to hit a goal of having 40 to 60 people at each Sabbath. And then we would track our attendance to see how we're getting to that. We could set a money goal to, say we're currently bringing in, what is it, $1,500 a month? Let's bump it up to $1,700 a month.
Well, after expenses, we're bringing in about 500.
But-
600.
Well, but gross.
Gross,
for
yeah.
revenues. Things like that. We could also, hopefully by then, we'll have another meeting with the architect where we could set some more specific temple goals and pick one that's going to be for this year and figure out how to track it. So that kind of stuff.
Does that answer your question, Megan?
It does. Thank you.
Store is not open.
Okay.
Sorry, we're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Oh, okay, sorry, it said open till April 4th.
Yeah, but we're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. We're having a board meeting for the church right now.
Okay,
sorry to interrupt. Have a great day. You too. Tempting. Tempting.
Megan, did that answer your question that you were looking for?
Yes.
Okay. And when you're up here on Wednesday, I can pull up the GuideStar so you can take a look at that stuff too if you want to see it. I have the access so you can take a look at it and see it, okay?
10-4.
And all the information as we put it in there should be available, should be publicly visible. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Anybody can log into GuideStar, look us up and.
See what we're
pull up
doing.
The information that we've got in there, so. All right, we went ahead and settle the charity for the year.
Yeah, I think we need to get that settled so that we know what we're
We
doing.
had our tithes and whatnot.
Yep, so I can
Alright,
get that
so,
taken care of.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 7 nominees. And we got 17 votes. Right now we have 2 tied for first place with 4 votes each. So my first question is, has everybody on the board voted for charity yet?
Yes.
Yes.
I think I missed it on the website. I'll be honest, I think I missed it.
Alfred, did you vote?
I believe so.
I did not.
Okay, so why don't we collect those votes now? I didn't vote either. So, Ella, I'll read off the list again for everybody. We have Constellation Cat Cafe, Helping Women, period, Fenner Conservancy, Saving Scales Reptile Rescue, The Fledge, Mitten Misfits from Farm Sanctuary, and It's a Breast Thing. Ella?
I don't know what vote numbers are on what, so I'm gonna say the Fledge.
Okay. Tamara?
Sorry, my screen was acting up for the muting. I'm gonna go with Fenner.
All right. And Megan?
Reptiles.
That doesn't break any of our ties. I know it doesn't. I could laugh.
All right, so I was trying to avoid being the tiebreaker, but that puts us at 4 votes for Constellation Cat Cafe, 4 votes for Helping Women, period, 4 votes for the Fenner Conservancy,
Oh my
4
God.
votes for Saving Scales Reptile Rescue, 3 votes for the Fledge, 2 votes for Mitten Misfits.
Wow, so now we have a
Oh
4-way.
no.
I am going to break the tie by voting for Helping Women, period, because this is a charity that helps people and does not directly help us. Any objections? That just kind of settles it.
I like it.
All right.
I like it. I think that
So our
works.
charity for this year is Helping Women, period.
Thank you. So Helping Women, period, will be getting a donation of $91.51 this evening.
So Megan must be here.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, and then I will.
Yeah, I didn't know which ones are which, because like I love the idea of the cats ones, but I'm like, I feel like there are other ones out there that are doing more, and I just
Well, no, and that's fine.
One.
I also liked the period one too.
It was hard to choose between all the different options.
Yeah, it
It
was.
really was.
I put up 2 of them and had to choose. So yeah.
I
I think that was. I don't think we need to do anything more on that one.
Nope.
Nope.
All right, so our next item we've got is Finner costs for the rituals and double checking dates and times.
All right. After last year's snafu and kerfuffle with one of our rituals, I want to make sure I have the dates and times correct so that we can make sure we get it accurate. I got May 4th for Beltane, 4 to 9. June 15th for
Mhm.
2 to 9 for that one.
2 to 9 on that one.
Yep.
Yeah, we did the long one on Litha.
Letha's a long one. August 3rd for Llamas. 4 to 9.
Mhm.
September 28th, 4 to 9.
Mhm.
Okay,
Hang on, you're going too fast for me. August.
here. I have cheats.
August 3rd. And that one is Llamas 4 to 9.
whereas I put in my schedule August 8th, which is a Thursday, and I'm like, this isn't right. Let's
Right.
double check that.
And that one was Maven 4 to 9. Okay. Just making a list in here so we just have a record of it. All those accurate?
Those are all accurate. Total cost for those 4 events is $300 this year. I need to know if I have permission to go spend that money.
I move that we authorize full funding of our rituals for 2024 at Fenner Center. Dates previously specified.
Second.
All in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Motion carries.
So that'll be something I do this week. I'll go down there and sign contracts and double check the dates and make sure they're right before I sign them and pay them. They only require half down, but I'm just going to pay the full bill so it's done so we don't have to worry about it. So it's less headaches we have to worry about later. Fair?
Mhm.
Cool.
Alright. Cool. I think that one's covered. So we've got Welcome Summerfest. I don't know particularly what part of Welcome Summerfest you wanted on there, but I mentioned the advertising budget
That's
as
fine.
part of it. So
Well, it's just a general update so the whole board knows what's going on with it.
okay.
And that's something else that needs to be brought up too. So I'll start out. We have 12 paid vendors right now as of today, which is a good thing. New email going out in the next day or so to see if we can get some more vendors. We also have a headliner this year. We have Lady Kate and Baba Teddy coming up to do our main ritual and teach a class.
Nice.
After con, they are going to get me some graphics and stuff so we can start advertising them. They're prepping for con just as much as
Yeah,
we are.
yep.
So I give them the grace of after con, I'd like that stuff so we can start getting it up there. I also sent out an email last week to our current vendors that had prepaid previously and said, hey, we have this Facebook page that is for the event. Dark Muse has actually started posting things on there and starting advertising some of their stuff, things they're bringing. I've asked them all to do that so that we can start building this momentum.
Good deal.
Also, as long as we're right here, all of us, Keys to Manifestation has helped sponsor this event the last couple of years. Last year, they paid for our insurance.
Mhm.
Do we want to charge them a vendor fee this year or not? I need to ask. They haven't said if they're going to be there or not. I'm sure they're going to be there, but
Yeah.
kind of hope you're there. Because they do help with the advertising and making sure the word gets out. Is that something that we want to give
As
them?
long as we're not running into any ethical violations or any kind of questionable behavior, I'm totally okay with that personally. But
Because they
that's the only concern is how does it appear on the outside?
right. What
I will just recuse myself from this conversation and go get the deep if you want any.
Okay, you go do that. You're allowed.
Does anybody?
I want to hear what you guys have to say about this because you are on the board too. I want to see what you guys are thinking. Is it because last year they made it where we could have the event, they paid for the insurance. That was a $300 investment on their part.
I mean, considering that investment, I would say that investment should, yes, carry forward into future years, because how many years worth of boost would that cover?
That's at the minimum of 25, that's 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I have no problems
That's
extending.
about 12 years.
Then we should probably keep track of that.
Okay.
Just to be what I want to do is make sure that we are on the level, we're above board, everything's
Right.
Anybody have any thoughts on like any reason why that could be, at least appear ethically questionable?
And I'll take this is open for discussion. That's why we're doing this.
I mean, if somebody wanted to argue it, you can argue any position, but I think it's absolutely fair to repay that money back by giving them space. That seems like a fair trade to me, because that was money that the festival didn't have to produce.
Right. That made us where we ended it. We had a good year and we were able to have the event.
So
I agree.
should I make a motion that Keys to Manifestation has 12 years grace and vendor fees for Welcome Summerfest?
Yeah, because it was $395. You divide that by 25.
So it's $395.
Yeah, it was like $395.
So,
Here, just a second, I get the calculator out. The money man's got the calculator here. We're looking at almost 16 years. I don't know how long this is gonna go on, but
Oh, what, of credit for paying for the
So-
insurance last year?
yeah,
Okay, so
But that way, if somebody questions why is Keys getting a free booth, we have justification that Keys paid
We
for the insurance so that we could hold the festival, and therefore we're extending the grace of a booth
to cover that.
to cover that cost.
Okay.
so, because to be fair, in years, booth costs could go up.
Right, and
So it
but
wouldn't necessarily have to be 16 years, but it'll be whatever it is. We count that as a $395 credit
right,
towards the cost. And then we just keep track of that every year.
To also put perspective around this, Keys exists to provide a home for the church.
right.
The church is the only reason Keys exists. This isn't the only time this kind of situation has existed in our community. This is actually common.
Right,
And I don't think it's uncommon
for this,
to allow the hosting organization to, have booths, have
Right.
tables, to do those kinds of things.
right, because we give, the church gets a free booth, pantry gets a free booth. And
This is all about just keeping it
above board,
as clean and clear as possible.
optics.
And
Yep.
making sure that, there will be no ethical dilemmas coming down on us.
Should we grab you another comfy chair from the back?
You want a comfy chair? You can have this,
please.
you want this chair?
Thanks.
You can have this chair. I will give up my chair.
Are we also having the kids booth covered? Cause I know that was discussion.
They haven't gotten back to me.
Okay.
Okay.
But I know like previously we had discussed that.
Yeah, I think we
also
already
being-
authorized covering it, so as
Correct.
long as he agrees to come, or they agree to come.
They agree to come, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we want to make that motion? Just,
We already did,
That,
didn't we?
no, we're talking about the one for Keith.
sorry,
Oh,
for Keith. You were talking about making the motion. Did you want to?
Yeah, we can make that motion formal.
Well,
So
we've had two separate versions.
I don't know. Whichever one makes the most sense.
Amanda moves that Keys to Manifestation has,
maybe Bill should move it.
Yeah.
Just move it. Just do it.
Move it, Bill.
Move it.
Bill.
Speak for somebody else.
As chairman of.
all right. Bill moves that Keys to Manifestation has a $395 credit towards booth space for the Welcome Summer Festival, starting this year, reducing the $25 or whatever the cost of it is until depleted.
Okay.
Does that work, guys?
Seconded.
Aye.
All
Aye.
in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Abstaining. Opposed. There we go. Does that work for you? I just. And I always, when I do the invites or when I do an email, I always include Keys as the first one so that you can see what's going out. And that's my safety case, so you can see what the fuck I'm putting out there.
Okay, so are we covered on all of that stuff? Is there anything else we need to report specifically on that?
Nope, we're good.
Okay, so then I want to talk about a budget for advertising. We talked about this during the committee meeting. It was gonna be $10 a month. What we would do is we would do alternating weeks, basically, is the plan. Basically, if we got approval today, this week I would create 5 days worth of advertising, skip a week, 5 days worth of advertising, skip a week, and basically just do second and fourth week
Why?
of the month. Because $10 isn't that much for advertising. You can't do more than 4, so you can't do less than 4. They say don't do less than 4, right? And we set it to $1 a day.
So what's the mission of our church?
To create community. To have a safe space for everybody.
Can we create community if the community doesn't know about us?
No, we can't.
So I would say that particularly at this point, where we've hit another crunch in space, we're scrambling for space again to keep up with all of the people that are coming. marketing becomes an essential function of what we are doing.
To
It's
make
not,
money.
it's not a gratuity expense. It's a necessary expense.
Mhm.
I would recommend that you peg the budget for marketing to the revenues. Make it a percentage of the last month's revenue, just like we do the tithe. That will get you more,
Okay.
so you can do more advertising. It'll keep it affordable.
What percentage would you recommend?
Well, I'm gonna tell you if we do, I can tell you what 10% looks like right now.
50, well, that will.
Off the revenues from last month.
Okay, what is the revenue from last month?
Revenues from last month, deposits and credits cleared is
That'd be
$1,800.
$180 a month.
$180 at a 10% or $90 at a 5%. 5%, relatively low number,
But that's still that,
percentage wise. And it's still more than we were talking about.
right?
Enough to get
So-
some with visibility and awareness out,
If we did,
especially if we were to split it. Because I think what you were proposing was just Facebook marketing. But we should
yes.
also be doing Google marketing.
But
And
no,
we get some of that free,
right?
but we don't get free video. An image with some images, but mostly just the text in the search.
Okay.
With a small budget, we could also run some more creative ads, some of the performance-based ads that the store's running, where you let the system figure out who hasn't seen it, who's most likely to engage with it, and get you better results for your dollar, which right now we can't do on the free stuff.
So I'm not going to move to the amount because I'm the chair. It looks bad. I can't.
Okay, so.
Well, what I'm talking about is making this a budget for the church.
Okay.
And then part of that budget would then be specifically for marketing the festival as a large function of the church.
Okay. So I think doing a 5% budget for the church for
So
advertising.
that would feel like that falls under kind of a separate agenda item.
No,
And then, because we're talking about welcome, because we're under the heading of Welcome Summerfest right now.
don't worry about it. So it's your ADA can be okay.
Take a breath.
Take your breath and your tism, it'll be okay.
Is that-
Because we're talking money, this is fine.
Okay.
So what if we take that 5% that we allocate to marketing, 5% of gross revenues from the previous month go to the marketing budget for the next month. Split that in half. Half goes to Welcome Summer Festival and half goes to the church. Or we could split it in half, half goes to Facebook and half goes to Google, and we just include the Welcome Summer Festival in the marketing sets. Because when you go in to create advertising, now how many people here have done advertising on Facebook or on Google? Okay, it is a jungle out there, y'all. It really is. But it's a really cool jungle because there's these little secret monkeys operating behind the wings, running the algorithms that go around and put your stuff with the people who want to see it. So it's confusing and it's complicated, but it also makes it more efficient. You can put a whole bunch of different images, videos. You get like up to 5 long headlines, 15 short headlines, 20 site links where you can send people to a particular page on your website, like 10 videos, 20 images. And what the advertising will do is then combine these in all sorts of different ways and serve it up to people on their Facebook feed, on their Google search, on all of the different websites that use Google Ads, on Instagram, on all the places. So, Welcome Summer Festival can go into that advertising mix along with other stuff for the church and just run it out as one big dump. Or we could specifically split it up and set up separate campaigns for Welcome Summer Festival and for General Weavers and allocate their different budget amounts.
That's complicated,
It
but
is complicated. It
I
is
think-
complicated, but that's part of the
For the
part of the calculus here.
for the simplicity of keeping track of what we're spending, we do that 5% of our income for the month. That 5%, half goes to Google, half goes to Facebook, and we do all the church stuff, including Welcome Summer Festival under one umbrella.
I'll second that.
What do you say? Does that
Does that sound good to everybody else?
sound
Do
good?
we want to vote on that?
Does that sound good to you too? You as well online there?
Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right. Someone want to second that?
I did.
Okay. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
When you're here on Wednesday, we got a project, sister.
So then after con, anybody who wants to work on marketing, we had a marketing team at one point. I thought maybe we don't anymore. I don't know. Anybody who wants to learn how to work on the ad systems, get with me so that I can make sure you have the access to go in and do the training. No, we'll settle it next month.
No, and
We'll
that's,
settle it next
and
month.
that's fine. You're allowed to say no. That's a boundary and that's respectable, especially with what you're in.
I want to. But I realize that is outside of my limitations currently.
Good call.
Good call. All right. What's the next item on the agenda?
Zeffy.
Mm.
What the
Yes,
heck is
Tell us
Zeffy?
all about this.
Zeffy is a free, and yes, I looked into it, it's actually free, way to earn and collect money for a nonprofit in the Northern Hemisphere. I have signed up and looked at it, and I actually created a little campaign because so I could see what the limitations are and stuff. You can do events like our Welcome Summer Festival for our vendors. We can send them they can
Can you spell that?
Zeffy.
Why?
Zeffy.
There we go. Thank you.
You can do events like we can do the Welcome Summer Festival. We can sell
Tickets?
our vendor spots.
I see event ticketing,
Yeah,
raffles.
raffles, donations, peer to peer. We want it, Mandy. You want to do a fundraiser for
Pay?
what?
Accept payments in person with your iPhone.
Right, tap to pay, memberships, so we can get rid of the Patreon, and not have it where we're paying all these fees to Patreon. Yes, ma'am.
Patreon also provides us with the distribution for our handouts and our recordings.
Let's see.
Whatever else we have as Patreon benefits, I am open to dumping. I have logs of what everybody has paid in, so accumulated benefits can still be paid out. But the handouts and the recordings are essential. That's gotta still be a component. So we'll need to figure out how we want to do that. I'm not saying not to make the move, but that needs to be part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Engage the right donors at the right time with automated emails via your dashboard. So it mentions keeping your nonprofit members. So it's like
So that might actually could kill MailChimp too.
Right.
yeah, but it looks like it might do kind of that just via email rather than via like a thing you have to log into. It says something about generating membership cards. Which
Yeah, see, they're in the forms. There, you can make forms. In these forms, you can do events. You can do the donations, collect one-time or recurring donations, and set targets. You can do peer-to-peer fundraising where you can collect donations and give supporters a way to fundraise for you, like we do on Facebook now. But it also is another way to do this. You can do online shop, set up all types of items and add images to optimize your sales if that's something we wanted to do, like with our t-shirts and things like that, so that we can get off some of this supply that we have.
Mhm.
Raffles gives your supporters the chance to win prizes by selling raffle tickets. Memberships receive payments for your members and offer automatic renewal. And then you can do other sales, create custom sales and forms to fit your specific needs. I really like this. I'm really enjoying this. What I'd like to do is take what we're doing for Patreon, take that information, pull it over here and see how it fits into this and see how it's gonna work before we make that switch, if I'm allowed to do that.
Kind of like set up a sandbox.
Yep, and I have an account that's signed up, that I'm signed up right now, and I can add people to my team so that we can make this where
So,
all of us have access to
With
it.
the engagement part, I feel like we could potentially we could do that and then like use our, because like right now, one of the things we get at certain levels is, the ability to see the videos of the discussions, videos of rituals.
Right, that's what I
In
was
the
talking
email
about.
part, that's where we could, because it has you group your,
That's true.
vendors,
We
I bet
could
the
send
email-
things out as links and emails and attachments.
and the same thing
stuff like
for
that.
the,
And we could still host on Vimeo and send that out, or we could
Use YouTube.
potentially use it, do the YouTube.
because we could somehow pair that with some of the features we might get on YouTube, maybe, I don't know, we gotta look at
That's what I
that.
was.
Because, because what we can do with the YouTube videos, okay, the whole reason, just to provide context, the whole reason that we pay, $250 a year for Vimeo is security. We cannot be outing people without their consent.
Right,
And so nobody appears on camera without explicit consent. And so once we close our doors and we're done for the evening, it is no longer a public forum and it has to be
Locked out.
not able to be seen by somebody who's not a church member. So, YouTube has two features. We have been using the private feature when we take them down off of the lives. We make it private. What happens when it becomes private is that only people who have access to run the channel basically are able to see it. If there's a way to give them access from the private mode on YouTube, using emails that they give us to subscribe with,
we could dump.
then
Vimeo.
we could dump Vimeo.
That's
But
another
that detail would have to be worked out.
Right.
Did you have another?
I think I was just gonna comment that it might work partnering up with the discussion that we had with the YouTube.
Yeah.
But at the moment, if you set up a sandbox, set up and just play with it, because I also looked at how is Zeffy free? There's this whole thing at the bottom. Apparently, they rely entirely on optional contribution from donors. So basically, when somebody chooses to, I guess, donate to us, they get an option to also donate to Zeffy.
Right,
There's another charity site out there similar to a GoFundMe that
Right.
does it, where it gives people the option to add it onto their donations to pay
Right.
for the site.
to pay the fees.
Yeah.
And if they want to donate, they can. If they don't want to donate or they can't afford to, they don't have to. Zeffy will cover those fees.
Yeah.
That's one of the beauties of this. I actually talked to Brenna about this because Brenna was working on some stuff for the church, the mother church. I ran into her and I tell her about it. She says, "Ooh, I like that. I'm going to look into it."
Yeah. I
Because
definitely think we should look into it.
it will give us a way to make it where we're not paying out. We lose what, $200 or $300 a month
Yeah, that feels right.
to Patreon.
Please.
Or we lose about
Are you
$100.
sure it's that much?
It's about $100 a month we lose to Patreon
I can look.
between the two fees that we pay.
So
Also-
that would be significant.
And
Also-
the Vimeo.
Also, Zeffy will create your tax letter, your taxable donation document.
That would be nice.
They automatically do it.
Automatically.
You've
Because
also-
Patreon isn't built for nonprofits.
No, right.
This is.
But you can also, it says something about doing raffles.
Right.
We could have online managed raffles. It also
Do you need a
mentions
blanket?
keeping
No,
track
I
of,
put my coat
what was it? It was keeping track of,
Blanket.
every donation.
If I can.
Right,
Basically, making it easier to keep track of donations.
It makes it easier to keep track
We-
of donations.
We could have a whole section in there just for like cash donations we get in the
Cauldron.
cauldron every week. Then this is, and then we just record that we got this much, and we won't know who they came from, but that's fine. People, I think, understand that they're not going to get a tax paper when.
They dump into the cauldron, yeah. Oh.
But I think definitely if you want to set up a,
Oh, like I
Yeah,
said,
so-
I've got an account right now. I don't have any payment information or bank information. I don't want to give them that yet. Because until we decide we're gonna use this.
Go ahead and start setting it up and see how much of our current system you can get set up in there as if you were gonna make it go live.
Okay,
And plan to bring a report
Next,
next month.
okay,
And then we can look over it then and make a decision of whether or not we want to make the move next month.
because like I said, it's gonna help save us some money.
Sounds like it. And give us some things that we need that we haven't had.
Right,
So that'll be good. So yeah, look into that. Look into that and bring us a report next month. Anybody else have any other questions they want him to answer while he's doing his research?
Is not flushed.
So
Go.
does this have any kind of controlled access based on like a level of membership? Or
I don't,
That's one of the things we'll need to
Yeah.
find out.
yeah.
okay,
I imagine we'll be able to, like, if nothing else, subdivide our emails based on donation levels. And that would allow us, if we're using the emails, to send out.
And it feels more like it's that kind of a setup than it is like a people go to the site and sign up and click things. I think it's more of like they donate and then we track it through the system. Unless they donate directly through the page?
yes.
Okay.
Because what you do, like I got a donation campaign. I set up one just to see what it looks like, because I could. I set
So
up,
you kind of share the link to them. Okay.
yeah, it says the one I set up was donate to help build the temple. This donation will help us to achieve our mission. We'll be able to build a space for us to use for Sabbath rituals, have a place for Keystone Manifestation, create community gardens, develop community, support families, and change the world. And then it gives you you can put a thermometer bar on it, so you can say, I want to raise $10,000 for this project. Right now there's 0.
Is there a recurring
Oh yeah, you can make it recurring.
so somebody signs up and they just get just like Patreon, get a monthly cost?
Yeah, so you can go into your memberships. We go into
Does
form.
it allow you to set up separate levels of memberships?
Yes. Memberships. Start this form. I can say memberships and then I go next. And it gives me the memberships and the price and the
So you could basically just go over to Patreon and copy and paste pretty much all the information.
That's the
names
plan.
And whatever, and then people pick the one that they want recurring. It's gonna cost this much per month or whatever. Okay, all right, that's fine. I was just checking.
Mandy, you had your hand up.
That, it was the level of membership.
So
because there's another one. Lee, I told you to interrupt it. Donations. This form here allows you to do. You can do one-time amount, a monthly amount, and tell how much you want to put in there.
okay.
You can actually.
So you can have all those options basically just available on a page for people.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and research that, bring it back next month. Anybody else any other questions before we move on?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I just got a very interesting message.
Is it something you can share?
That's what I'm trying to figure out if I need to share it right now. Later.
Okay.
Later. Okay. What else we got?
So
Sorry.
next, that's it for all the regular agenda items besides convocation. I kind of just threw that at the end. I
Because
figured we
that's what-
discuss convocation.
Okay, so
is that-
convocation's gonna have board business and ritual business, so let's
Okay.
get any board business out of the way, and then we can close the meeting and look at ritual stuff.
As far as because we talked earlier about how we pretty much got all the expenses paid. Do we have?
All right, so we have the suite and it's already paid for. They are good sized rooms. We currently have it reserved to have 7 people in there, not for all the nights. Did you made a,
I got it right here. It's in
you got it
the.
pulled up?
It's in the board. Sweet
We
20.
don't have everybody in there for all, what is it, 5 nights, 6?
4 nights.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 nights.
Yeah, because.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday,
Thursday, Friday,
is
Saturday.
Tamara
Sunday.
still on that list?
No, Tamara is not
Okay.
on that list.
All right.
I have right now in this list, I have Alan, Kim, and Oliver for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. I have Ryan and Aaron for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. I have Heather and Ripley for Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay. Tamara, do you please check your hotel reservation and see what the status currently says?
Yeah, give me just 1 second. I think I did take a look at it earlier today, and they sent me, it says it was a confirm, but I think it's still showing waitlisted. Let me see here. My screen's
It's
so
definitely in
small.
flux right now. Everybody's shaking out and deciding whether or not they're really going, and
I'm still trying to buy tickets.
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
Hopefully it's.
At least it was this one, not
That's
this one.
Hopefully it's.
Respondable.
inappropriate location, okay?
Truth.
All right. So it's still showing as reserved. However, for 4 nights, it's still saying 3 nights of those are waitlisted.
Which nights are waitlisted?
Come on, give me the information. I'm trying to get it to show me. Hang on. Jesus, why is it so small?
I see your M pop up. It's like, what if I look at it? It's
I did find it. I don't think about going to ritual folder to find it.
It's not showing me which ones are waitlisted. I think that Wednesday night, good grief.
Betting it's the ones in the middle.
I'm betting it's probably the ones in the middle, honestly.
That's the one.
So it was the 21st through the 25th. And I think Wednesday night, the 21st, might have been the only one that was not waitlisted. I can't say that with certainty because I don't remember for sure, but it's not showing me which of those 3 are waitlisted.
All right, go ahead and let that go, Tamara.
Okay.
You two have a room, you two have a room.
Mhm.
You're in a suite, I've got a room, you're in a suite. I think that covers that. Who doesn't have a ticket? You don't have a ticket?
Me and Ripley don't have tickets.
You and Ripley don't have tickets.
I have the money, I don't have it on a credit card.
Tamara has a ticket available. Tamara could probably take cash.
Yeah, I could take cash.
Okay.
All right, y'all settle that out.
Then that just leaves one ticket that I need to get.
Who's playing for Ripley?
Me.
Okay.
Because she wasn't able to, she's only just started to be able to donate plasma again, so
Okay.
she's saving up for the other costs.
All right, so then, I think that sorts out all of the accommodations and stuff. All right, what else do we need to cover for suite, Serenity Suite? Item collection needs to be completed this week. We need everything brought in. Test setup is gonna happen. Are we gonna do that Saturday night or Sunday for the Serenity Suite?
We do it
I
I don't
Saturday.
remember. Did we set it? I don't remember.
We can do that Saturday. We'll do it Saturday night.
We do it Saturday, we'll offer to.
Yeah.
Alfred, are you to be able to be here Sunday for Green Man?
This Sunday,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I'm supposed to be there Saturday, so.
Yeah, I know you're already coming out Saturday because you've got the Kempo. Whether or not you were coming out Sunday would change some of the scheduling over the weekend. But regardless, anybody who's bringing things, so Heather, Tamara, if y'all are bringing things for the Serenity Suite, we need those up here by the end of the week so that we can do test set up and pack out. We also need to get names on the list for covering Serenity for the duration of con. I made the schedule that's underneath the sign up sheet over there on the board has everything that we as Weavers are doing for reference for anybody who's looking to sign up. I'm going to push it on Wednesday too, in case we've got anybody in the church that wants to and hasn't yet. We'll push them through somehow on the training. But that needs to be filled out by the end of this week.
I put my hours on
I
there.
saw
so.
Castle. I have not updated Castle on the doc because I just saw it on Sunday.
Sorry, I was up here
No.
Saturday and had the time to do it, so. I did
So
it.
Saturday and Sunday is gonna be packing, testing, reversing, and loading. Let's see. We need for the suite, for the hospital, for our suite, the Weaver's suite. There's too many terms here. For the Weaver's suite, we are going to be providing a little bit of light snacky things to have out when we're having open suite hours. Castle, I would like for you to be in charge of making sure that our suite supply box is stocked, packed, and ready to go, and that you have a shopping list. Megan, if you could help him.
Thank you,
and if
Megan.
you guys could get together and get the shopping done either before we get to con or after we get there Wednesday evening, Thursday during the day. Make sure that that is covered.
You work tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow, sis?
After like 10:30, I'm free. I just have an appointment.
All right, I'll give you a call because I gotta take a run
You
to
gotta
trip.
do PPs.
I got PP test tomorrow. I gotta do a get at Lowe's and I gotta go down to Mason and do something for the boss. I'll get a hold of you. We can meet up and we can come up here. I've got the key. We can get in and we can start going through that box and get it ready to go.
Let me know if you need a Costco run.
Yep.
What else do we need to take care of? I feel like there was something else that I was going to say, but now I've forgotten what it is, so.
Potential room swap for one of the nights.
So there's a chance that our lovely deity vessels may have some difficulty in cohabitating while invoked.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, not an Ereshkigal or sharing a room.
Oh.
So are y'all open to the possibility of swapping with one of them?
If we need to,
If we
yeah.
need to?
If we need to, we're
Is this
family.
gonna be like, we're gonna see how well they get along first and then try swapping, or are we gonna like plan to swap it ahead of time?
I think we'll be fine.
I think we'll be fine, but having a safety net is not a bad idea.
Okay.
Okay, if we need to flip flop rooms, we flip flop rooms, guys. I got you. We can.
I mean, they are sisters after all. And sisters can get up to some bullshit, but our vessels are also sisters and good friends, so.
Yes.
Right. But no, we've got this.
So if y'all get angry at each other, just know it's the deities, not yourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
But no,
You are in
and
control of the
You'll know where to
invitation.
find all of us.
right.
That's the other thing. Everybody who has your own rooms, come, I think Monday, Tuesday, we can do this. Call the hotel, ask to be near 723. Tell them you are with Weavers of the Web. 723 is Weavers of the Web's suite. You would like to be as close as possible to that suite so that we can all be together.
Do you have that, or you want me to send it in a message for you?
Yeah, I might as well send it a message.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt.
All right, I will get that called and taken care of, Ella.
Actually, I'm
That
gonna
was
put
okay.
it in the
It's your
board
name on
chat.
the reservation. Did you put my name on there too?
Yeah, your name's on there too. We're both on that reservation, so you can call and
Seven
don't
two
cancel.
three-
Alfred, you and Kim are legally on the suite room.
723, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it's going in the board chat, Megan.
No problem.
That way everybody has it.
What else do we need to settle for board business?
For the suite or for Are you taking your own coffee pot for your room so that the coffee pot that we use here can be used in the suite?
Yeah, I'll bring my own coffee stuff.
Oh, I'm just because I know last year we just had the one coffee pot. We just used
I
that.
just came over and used it, but
No,
I can use the coffee maker in the room.
okay.
I was gonna
No, we
say,
should definitely take
I will
this.
be taking my electric kettle for con and bringing it back to leave at the
We'll just
church.
put it in the suite and then we'll just, no?
And we need pour.
I don't leave my room before I have my
All right,
coffee.
fair enough.
And
fair
it
enough.
has to be pour over.
And it has to be pour over.
I was thinking though, at least with the coffee, we could put that up in the suite and just as people are waking up.
That's what we do.
Right.
So
But
Alfred, so that you know, if you're in the con suite, it's part of your responsibility to make sure coffee's made for in the morning.
This is being recorded right now, so I'm not going to comment on that statement.
Well,
Alrighty.
if you don't do it, one of us is gonna come in the room and just go ahead and do it.
No,
because that's
I'm in
what's gonna
the
happen.
suite, so you know.
All right, is there anything? I mean, I just wanted to see what we're doing. Yeah,
We have permission from the creator of the Grenoir Club to use those. Yes.
So, yeah.
yay!
Mighty Book of Shadows. That's awesome.
We have
So-
plenty of crayons and stuff like that, and colored pencils and markers to take for the Serenity Suite. I think we should take some of our construction paper so people want to
As long as one
draw.
of the board
they can
members
do that.
has the
Take
permission.
construction
We'll
paper,
be
white
okay.
paper, coloring sheets.
Right.
Yeah, all the things.
So-
Alright, what
And
else?
that, those pages are already in the folder,
Yeah.
in the folder on your
Print 'em.
computer.
That's something we'll do this weekend is print them
Yep.
and prepare them.
Any other board or business?
I don't think so. I feel like we got everything pretty well covered.
Is there anything anybody else needs to cover with the board before we shut the formal meeting down?
No.
Safety and security.
Let's have a safety and security report.
We had a meeting the Thursday following the board meeting. We introduced the document it's basically a boilerplate that guides us through it. We discussed the structure of an emergency operation plan with its core plans and its annexes. And we need to set up the next meeting. Hopefully, Ella, if you could do that for this Thursday at 8, and there's some things we could hash out on that. And we should have some of the base pieces ready to go, ready for board approval, probably within the next
Month.
Yeah. It won't be the whole plan. It'll be some of the base annexes like, fire, bomb threat, those kind of things.
So this Thursday, right?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll set up a Zoom and then I should be able to be to that one. I think, yeah, should be able to be to that one.
Did you get it?
Yes, I heard it. I heard it.
Okay.
Verbal confirmation.
I'll create the Zoom and then just put it in our little group chat.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Next welcome summer meeting will be Sunday, but I think we need to, what do you think about holding off on that, guys?
Till after con.
After con.
Totally
Yeah.
fair. Totally fair.
All right, we're gonna hold it off until after con because we're just gonna be too busy prepping for con.
Yep.
Okay.
And honestly, most of us that are on that committee are gonna be at con. We could do it Sunday night after we're done. If we wanted to, depending on how we feel,
If we're not
Although-
doing coven stuff.
if we're not doing coven stuff.
Not staying Sunday night, so.
Oh, that's right. You're not. I'm sorry. I forgot you weren't.
We can phone it in.
I think is that everything? I think.
Anybody else have board business?
Mm-mm.
Got any comments online, Alfred?
Yes, everybody's staring at you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the
Yeah.
budget.
I was-
I'm not just, doing this. No, there's no comments online.
All right. I move to adjourn this formal meeting.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, I'll be on that. See you next time.
Hi.
Okay.
Let's
Have a
get
good
off.
night.
Let's get off.
Be in contact.